to, comparing Hagwons, which are the private schools, and public schools. So because I get this asked a lot, what's better, working for a private school or for a public school in Korea? So my experience, I worked at a private school at a Hagwon before. So I can speak about that. I know a lot of people who work for public schools, and I, know their opinions and experience. So basically, a Hagwon, you'll usually find more foreign teachers. Yeah, more foreign teachers work at Hagwons. So compare it to a public school where you might be the only foreign teacher working in the entire school. So that can be kind of hard if you're new to Korea, you don't really know anybody, and then you're the only foreigner there. Usually you're in your own foreign office, so it might get a little bit lonely. There might not be that many other foreigners around, so that's just one of the things. Then the other one is that Hagwons do pay a slightly higher salary, so you will be making a little bit more money working for Hagwon, but you also have more working hours typically. And for a lot of Hagwons, depending on what kind it is, a lot of the working hours start after lunch. So at 1 p.m., a lot of Hagwon teachers are working 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. So a lot of people enjoy that. They have their mornings off, and then they work until 9. Can work. But some people prefer, they're usually 9 to 5. At public school, I think it's also 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. Depends on what school it is. So yeah, that's the thing. And then at public schools, you have typically more vacation days, which is really nice. But yeah, so compared to the Hagwon, at my Hagwon, I had 10 paid vacation days per year, 5 in the winter and 5 in the summer. And you couldn't choose when you want them. That's the school vacation, and all the teachers get that time off. That's it. You can't it's not a flexible date typically. With public schools, it's a bit more flexible. Obviously, you'll also have vacation when the kids have vacation, so it's also not, you can choose your own dates. But I have a friend, and she is able to take a few off days when she needs them for public school. But in Hagwon, that's typically not the case. Yeah, and also for public schools, one thing, especially if you work for EPIC, the EPIC program, and I'm going to talk about that soon, you might end up working at more than one school. So I have a friend, and she's in the EPIC program here in my city in Cheongju, and because it's sort of a smaller city, she actually works at, I think now it's 2 schools, but she worked last semester, she worked at 3 different schools. So she had 1 main school, and then she went to 2 other schools, I think Thursday and Friday or something like that. So that can be the case. Obviously, it doesn't have to be a negative thing, but yeah, you're going to have a lot more, students, different school systems to deal with, different coworkers, might be a little bit overwhelming. And also so her main school was pretty close to her paid house, to her paid apartment, but the other 2 schools were kind of rural schools, so she had to take a bus out into the countryside, and it was took 45 minutes or so, which is also not too bad. But she really loved the experience. It's part of the Korea experience, I think, gives you a very good, authentic insight into Korean life. So yeah, so those are pretty much the differences between Hagwon and public schools. All right, let me take a look at the comment section real quick. We have a question here from Luz. I'm an accounting major, but definitely good in English. Is it possible for me to teach English in Korea? No teaching experience. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, it doesn't matter which major you have your degree in for teaching English in Korea. But it sounds like if you say I'm really good in English, what country are you from? So that always depends. Like I said, for the teaching visa, you need to be from an English-speaking country. There are some loopholes, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But typically, that's one of the hurdles. It depends on your nationality. But yeah, the qualifications are definitely there. Okay.
Thanks so much for watching. We are ITTT, the leading provider for TEFL and TESOL training courses. If you like this video, please subscribe by clicking the button down here and click on any of the videos here on the left for more interesting teaching tips for getting certified to teach English abroad and online.